Hello and welcome to How to Play Bourré, presented by GatherTogetherGames.com. This video will cover how to play the card game Bourré. The video will start with the general concepts and gameplay and then get into more of the details for the game. The game is played with 3 to 8 players. To play, you will need a 52 card deck and something to make bets with, such as poker chips. Before the cards are dealt, each player will put an ante of 1 chip into the middle. Each player is dealt 5 cards, 1 card at a time. The last card dealt to the dealer is flipped face up for every player to see. The suit of the flipped up card is the trump suit for the round. Diamonds will be trump suit for this round. Bourré is a trick-taking card game. The object of the game is to win the most tricks out of all players in a round. A trick is created by players playing a card into the middle. The player with the highest ranking trump card played wins the trick. If no trump card was played, the highest ranking card in the lead suit will win the trick. The cards are ranked with the aces being the highest down to the 2s being the lowest. The trump suited cards will outrank all other suited cards. Going back to the hand that was dealt earlier, I have flipped up each player's cards for you to see. In an actual game, you will keep your cards hidden from the other players. Starting with the player left of the dealer, each player will decide if they want to be in or out for the round. If a player chooses to be out, they will forfeit their ante, but can avoid a penalty for not winning any tricks in the round. This penalty will be explained later in the video. If a player wants to stay in the round, they get to discard any amount of cards from their hand, and the dealer will deal the player back to 5 cards from the undealt deck. Player 2 decides to stay in the round and will discard 3 cards. The dealer will deal 3 cards from the deck to player 2. Play moves left to player 3. Player 3 decides to be out for the round. Player 4 stays in the round and discards 3 cards. The dealer deals 3 cards to player 4. Player 1 stays in the round, discards 3 cards, and takes 3 cards. Player 1 will put the face-up card into their hand. The player left of the dealer will lead the first trick. Player 2 leads the trump-suited ace of diamonds. Play moves left to player 4. Players must play a card in the same suit that was led if possible. Player 4 follows suit by playing the 2 of diamonds. Play moves to player 1 who follows suit by playing the 3 of diamonds. Player 2 wins the trick with the highest ranking trump-suited card. The player that wins the trick will lead the next trick. Player 2 leads this trick with the king of diamonds. Player 4 and player 1 follow suit, and player 2 wins the trick again with the highest ranking trump-suited card. Player 2 gets to lead again, this time with the ace of hearts. Player 4 follows suit. Play moves to player 1. Player 1 does not have a heart and cannot follow suit. If a player cannot follow suit, they must play a trump-suited card if possible. Player 1 does not have a trump-suited card, so can play any card. Player 2 wins again with the highest ranking card in the lead suit. Player 2 leads the next trick with the king of hearts. Player 4 cannot follow suit. Player 4 plays the trump-suited jack of diamonds. Player 1 cannot follow suit or play a trump-suited card, and plays the 4 of spades. Player 4 wins this trick with the highest ranking trump-suited card, as trump-suited cards outrank all other suited cards. Player 4 leads the last trick and wins it with the highest ranking card in the lead suit. At the end of the round, the player that wins the most trick wins the middle pot of chips. Any player that played the round and does not win a trick has gone Bourré. A player that goes Bourré has to pay the amount of chips in the pot. This chip payment goes towards the next round's pot. There are 4 chips in this pot. Player 1 went Bourré and will pay 4 chips to the pot. Player 2 won the most tricks in the round and will take the original pot of 4 chips. The deal moves to the next player, with players making a new ante. Players must follow the lead suit whenever possible. If they cannot follow suit, they must play a trump-suited card if possible. If a player cannot follow suit or play a trump card, they can play any card. Players must always play to win the trick whenever possible. If players tie for the most tricks won in a round, the pot stays in the middle for the next round. The tying players will not have to ante for the next round. Here, player 1 and player 3 tied for the most tricks won in the round. Player 2 did not play the round, and player 4 won 1 trick. The pot stays in the middle. Player 1 and 3 do not have to ante for tying for most tricks won, Player 2 and Player 4 will make an ante. Players that go Bourré will only pay the pot amount for the next round and do not have to add an additional ante. A player that is sure to win 3 tricks is said to have a cinch. When a player has a cinch and is leading to a trick, the player must play their highest trump card. When a player has cinch and can play a trump to a trick, the player must play their highest trump card. That wraps up how to play Bourré. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and get more game tutorials by subscribing to our channel, Gather Together Games. Thanks for watching.